Dear me. Yeah, I've seen this on YouTube quite a bit, and it's mostly about women talking about what they would tell their younger selves. So I guess maybe they would feel better about all the turmoil and the pain they went through as young ladies. But I thought that was a little silly because a lot of us guys go through the same thing. It's just that no one cares if guys go through pain or go through suffering or if they have problems because we're just expected to. And I figured, well, why not? I'll do one, dear me. So, dear me, when you were younger, you made mistakes. You're continuing to make mistakes, and guess what? Your life will be about making more difficult, but better mistakes in some cases. Point being, buddy, okay, you are destined to fail, and you're gonna fail a lot. You're gonna try so many things in your life that you won't even know what you failed at until someone tells you about it later in life. Let's give you an example. Remember back in college, that lady you dumped to? Well, guess what? It was really for the better. You probably would have never left Colorado. You probably would have never pursued anything new. And frankly, think about it this way, man. If you only went after the one lady, you'd have no idea what else was out there, what other people were. But it devastated you because you failed to understand that. But that's what made you make the move to Seattle. At that point, you were able to meet the other part of your family that you haven't really dealt with a whole lot. You spent 2 wonderful years in the middle of Seattle, helping out, making new words, doing things, meeting new people, all that because of that failure you had in college. But it doesn't even stop there. You failed in Seattle. You failed to make it work. You failed to find anything specific you wanted to do with yourself and ended up in San Francisco. Thankfully, because my parents were there. Your mom and dad, man, they helped you out. They got you to get off your ass and try something a little different. And you went to San Diego or San Francisco. Man, you didn't even have a college degree at that time. You were just going there because you had 2 credits shy. You thought that was cool. But you failed to take care of that. But what that made you do is go start doing stuff in credit and invoicing and billing and all these other things that no one wants to do. You did the jobs no one else wanted to do. And guess what? People respected you for that, okay? You're gonna fail in many, many aspects. But what you do is get back off your ass and get stuff done. And that's how you elevated into this, okay? We're running down the road about 8 years after getting into San Francisco, and guess what? You're making more mistakes every day than you even know what to do with. You make so many mistakes on a normal basis that your middle name instead of Aaron should be Mistakes Guy, all right? Failure is a state of mind. Failure is something that people who do not have enough problems in their lives, do not make enough decisions, do not do enough shit to really verify that they're still living, have. And you, sir, have a lot of them. Okay, so dear me, guess what? Get ready to fail, but fail a ton and fail the right way. Fail to go out with the girl that really was pretty nice to you in San Francisco, but just didn't smell right. Oh, well, you failed to make that relationship work. Thank goodness, because that led you to meet your wife you have right now. And another mistake you made was accidentally forgetting to use protection, and boom, out came little Kai. But that was the best mistake I think I've ever made. He is such a lovely young guy, and man, you are lucky to have this kid. You won't even know. In some amount of years in the future, you're gonna have this young, lovely boy who is just gonna bring so much joy and love to your life that you continue to think the mistakes you make now are relevant. Guess what, bud? Coming down the train is gonna be a lot of them. And we're talking biblical level mistakes. So, what's the point of this dear me thing? You must admit you will fail. You will mess up. You will make mistakes. You will not do everything properly. You suck at more things than you're good at. But that's fine, because that will force you to figure out what you're good at and then to specialize in it. 1,200 videos later, you will be on YouTube doing videos just like this, trying to help other people that you don't know, but those people out there very much appreciate what you do. So I want you to think about it, right? Anytime you feel a little bad about yourself because you fail, it's opening up big doors. And I'm talking big doors. I'm talking about doors that you don't know what you're walking into, but are gonna bring the biggest gifts in your life. Failing to do things is exactly what made you who you are right now. Not being the magical princess and not being special, not being unique and not being a little snowflake. It was you and your indecision, you not wanting to get off the couch that one night and go out, because maybe you would have met somebody else and maybe you would have never met your wife. There are so many, oh my God. Remember when we played tennis, dude? We used to go play tennis every single day. Remember that one the hot blonde chick with a big rack that just nudged at her and just, ooh, did a little goo face, but you didn't stop to say hello? How much would have been different if you would have stopped? How much would have changed for you if you would have stopped? That's the thing about this kind of crap. The Dear Me campaign, great. But when you start going back and thinking about all that stuff, about what you did and what you probably would do later, it's gonna drive you nuts, dude. So let me just give you this advice. Again, fail a ton. Be really comfortable with making mistakes. But I'm talking about making mistakes in the best of ways. I'm not talking about drug abuse or trying to do stuff that's dumb. Okay, we're talking about things that you thought are horrible or bad, losing your job, getting fired, getting downsized 2 times. Happens in the Bay Area, dude. That's a part of life. Woo! So get over it, okay? You are gonna be the product of many mistakes. However, let's break down what the end road looks like. You've got a wonderful wife, a wonderful baby, and he is Mr. Kai is a trip, man. You're gonna dig him as soon as you meet him, okay? You got a lot of different people out there in the world who think about you and really appreciate what you do, and you're gonna have a lot more people in the future that are gonna wanna know and be educated by what you do. So let's Dear Me mess up a lot, buddy, okay?